When a homeless man asked Melania Trump for just $1, no one expected her response. What she did next left everyone speechless and changed his life forever. The icy wind swept through the streets of New York City as John sat on the cold pavement, his hands trembling from both the chill and exhaustion. His eyes scanned the hurried crowd, hoping for a single moment of kindness. Most people passed without a glance, their eyes fixed on their phones or the ground, but John's attention was drawn to a sleek black SUV that had just pulled up. From it emerged Melania Trump, her elegant figure instantly catching the attention of everyone around. She moved with grace, her presence commanding the sidewalk like a runway. John hesitated, his voice cracking as he finally called out, "Ma'am, can you spare $1?" The words hung in the air, and heads turned, curious to see if she would respond or simply walk past like so many others. Melania paused, her stride halting as she looked over at John. For a moment, the bustling city seemed to stand still, everyone holding their breath to see what she would do next. What followed left everyone speechless. Melania turned slowly, her gaze steady as she locked eyes with John. The crowd grew silent, their curiosity piqued by the unexpected pause. Most people assumed she would ignore him or toss a coin and move on. But Melania did neither. She took a step closer, her heels clicking sharply against the pavement, and crouched down to his level. The crowd gasped. This was not what they expected from someone of her stature. Her voice, soft yet firm, broke the silence. "Why $1? Why not ask for more?" John blinked in surprise, caught off guard by the question. He opened his mouth to speak, but no words came out. Melania's expression softened, and she added, "What will you do with $1?" Her genuine curiosity stunned everyone. People in the crowd exchanged glances, whispering among themselves. Some pulled out their phones to record the moment, sensing this was no ordinary exchange. John finally found his voice, his words raw and unfiltered. "Because $1 is all I need right now, just enough to keep me going." Melania studied him for a moment, her eyes reflecting a mixture of empathy and determination. Then, with a slight nod, she said something no one expected. "Let's talk. I want to know more." The onlookers were shocked. Instead of brushing him off, Melania had just opened the door to a conversation that would change everything. John hesitated, his throat dry, unsure if he should share his story with someone like her. But something about Melania's calm presence encouraged him. Taking a deep breath, he began. "I didn't always live like this," he said, his voice trembling. "I used to have a job, a family, a life, but things fell apart." Melania listened intently, her expression unwavering as John continued. "My wife passed away 3 years ago, cancer. The medical bills drained everything we had. I lost my job shortly after and things just spiraled from there. Now I'm just trying to survive one day at a time." The crowd grew quieter, hanging on to every word. John looked down, ashamed. "The $1. I just wanted a cup of coffee to keep warm. That's all I asked for." For a moment, Melania said nothing. Her eyes scanned his face, as if searching for something deeper. Then, in a soft but firm voice, she asked, "If you could change one thing in your life right now, what would it be?" John blinked, unsure how to respond. "I'd want a chance," he finally said. "A chance to prove I'm not just this. What you see here." The raw honesty in his voice struck a chord with everyone listening. People in the crowd shifted uncomfortably, some visibly moved, others seemingly reflecting on their own lives. Melania straightened up slightly, her eyes gleaming with determination. "A chance," she repeated. "All right, let's make it happen." The bystanders were stunned. This was no ordinary exchange, and Melania was clearly not about to give an ordinary response. Melania stood up, her posture elegant yet resolute. "I'll do more than give you $1, she said firmly. Turning to her team, she gestured for them to come closer. "Get him something warm to eat and a proper place to stay tonight," she instructed. The crowd murmured in disbelief, watching as her staff moved swiftly to follow her orders. But Melania wasn't done. Looking back at John, she added, "I'll connect you with people who can help. Shelters, job programs, whatever it takes to get you back on your feet." John's eyes filled with tears. I don't know what to say," he stammered. "You don't have to say anything," Melania replied gently. "Just promise me you'll use this chance to start fresh." John nodded, his voice choked with emotion. For the first time in years, he felt a glimmer of hope, and the crowd stood in stunned silence, realizing they had just witnessed a moment that could change a life forever. A week later, John stood behind the counter of a local diner, clean-shaven and smiling as he poured coffee for customers. The story of his encounter with Melania Trump had gone viral, inspiring countless others to show kindness to those in need. When asked about that day, John said, "She didn't just give me $1, she gave me a second chance at life." Melania's simple yet profound gesture reminded everyone that even the smallest act of compassion could create waves of change. And for John, it was the start of a brand new chapter.